All right, welcome back to the deep dive. We're diving deep into the YouTube algorithm today, specifically for all you spirituality coaches out there.
Okay.
We'll be using some insights from Brand MyTube,
Right.
which is a service that can help optimize your video content.
Yeah.
And get this, YouTube isn't just pushing videos out. It's more about pulling viewers in.
Interesting.
So we're going to break that down a little bit today.
It's fascinating, this shift in perspective, because a lot of creators think, they're still stuck in the old ways of thinking. They think there's like one universal YouTube homepage.
Oh, yeah.
And the algorithm just throws videos around to see what sticks.
Right. Yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah.
But that's not really the case anymore.
No, not at all. The truth is YouTube is incredibly personalized now. So each viewer basically has their own unique homepage tailored to their interests.
Oh, wow.
It's like having a custom-made magazine curated just for them.
So what happens when I'm not signed into YouTube?
Exactly.
Like, am I just seeing a random assortment of videos?
It's like a blank slate.
Okay.
YouTube's basically saying, hey, if you want the good stuff, you need to sign in.
Oh.
That's how they create those personalized profiles that drive the algorithm.
So it's not like blasting out videos like a megaphone.
Exactly. It's not the old way of thinking. The new YouTube is more like a magnet.
Okay.
It attracts viewers who are already interested in what you have to offer.
Gotcha.
It's about aligning your content with what people are actively searching for.
Okay, I'm starting to see the difference here.
Yeah.
But how does this YouTube magnet actually work? Like, how do those factors come in and what are they?
So the algorithm takes into account a whole bunch of things.
Wow.
History, watch time, the device they're using, location, engagement metrics like likes and comments, you name it.
Wow, it's building a detailed profile for every single viewer. But as a spirituality coach, how does that help? I mean, we're not mind readers.
You don't have to be a mind reader, but you do need to understand your target audience. The clearer you are about who you're trying to reach, the better you can create content that resonates with them.
Right.
If we're talking about attracting the right viewers, is there even a chance for smaller channels to get discovered?
Yeah, I was going to ask that.
There's always a chance.
Oh,
YouTube actually has an exploration system designed to surface new and unproven videos.
Really?
It's like a breath of fresh air for smaller creators,
Yeah.
giving them an opportunity to break through.
Yeah.
And one way to increase your chances of getting picked up by this system is to really nail your metadata
Metadata, like titles and descriptions and stuff.
more than you think.
Okay.
Think of it as your video's storefront. It's the first thing viewers see, and it needs to grab their attention.
Right.
It helps the algorithm understand what your video is about,
Okay.
so it can recommend it to the right people.
So we're talking more than just sketchy titles.
Exactly.
It's about being clear and concise.
Clarity is key. You want viewers to know exactly what they're getting into before they click play.
Gotcha.
Nobody likes to feel tricked
Right.
into watching something they weren't expecting.
For sure.
So you've got this exploration system for discovery, and then you've got metadata for first impressions.
Right.
But what about the video itself? How does the algorithm analyze the actual content?
Yeah.
This is where things get really interesting.
Okay.
YouTube goes beyond just titles and thumbnails. They actually analyze the content of your video using machine learning and AI.
Wait, YouTube is like watching my videos and taking notes.
In a sense, yes.
Okay.
It's looking for patterns in the visuals, the audio, even the transcript.
Wow.
It's trying to figure out what your video is really about and who would be most interested in watching it.
So it's not just about keywords anymore. It's about the whole package, the visuals, the audio, the message itself.
Precisely. And that's where a service like Brand MyTube can be incredibly helpful. They can help you optimize all those elements to make sure your video is resonating with both the algorithm and your target audience.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So they can help make sure we're using the right keywords and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Cool.
They can help you understand what keywords to use, how to structure your videos, and how to make sure your message is coming across clearly.
Right.
And when it comes to spirituality coaching, clear communication is key.
It's interesting, as spirituality coaches, we're all about authenticity and connecting with people. But sometimes it feels like the algorithm wants us to be more calculated.
I understand what you mean. It can feel like a bit of a balancing act, right?
Right.
You want to stay true to yourself and your message, but you also want to reach as many people as possible.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So how do we find that balance? How can we use the algorithm to our advantage without compromising our authenticity?
Well, I think it starts with remembering that the algorithm is just a tool. It's a powerful tool, but it's still just a tool. And like any tool, it can be used for good or for bad.
So instead of thinking it as an enemy, we should be thinking, how can we use it to support our mission?
Precisely. And one of the best ways to do that is to focus on creating high-quality content that genuinely resonates with your target audience.
Okay.
The algorithm is designed to reward videos that people actually enjoy watching. So if you're creating content that's engaging, informative, and inspiring, the algorithm will take notice.
So it's not just about chasing views.
Right.
It's about creating something that truly connects with people.
Exactly. It's about building a community, fostering trust, and offering real value to your viewers.
Okay, so we're focusing on quality content, building community, and seeing the algorithm as an ally.
Yeah.
What else should spirituality coaches be thinking about?
One thing that's often overlooked is the importance of analyzing your data.
Okay.
YouTube provides a wealth of information about your viewers and how they're interacting with your content.
You mean like those analytics dashboards?
Yes.
I find them a little intimidating sometimes.
Well, I get it. There's a lot of information there, and it can be overwhelming.
Yeah.
But those analytics can be incredibly valuable. They can help you understand what's working, what's not, and how you can improve your videos to keep viewers engaged.
So instead of just throwing content out there and hoping for the best,
Right.
we should be paying attention to what the data is telling us.
Absolutely. For example, you can look at things like audience retention.
Okay.
Are viewers dropping off at a certain point in your videos?
Right.
If so, that's a sign that you might need to tweak your content or delivery.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So we're looking at the data, making adjustments, and constantly refining our approach.
Yeah.
But let's be real. Sometimes it feels like you're shouting into the void. How do you stay motivated when it seems like no one is watching?
That's a great question, and I think it comes back to passion.
Okay.
If you're truly passionate about what you're sharing, that energy will translate to your viewers, even if there aren't that many of them yet.
I love that it's about more than just views and subscribers.
Yeah.
It's about making a difference in people's lives.
Exactly. And if you can touch even one person with your message, that's a success in itself.
So even if those analytics aren't showing the numbers we want, we should focus on the impact we're making, even on a small scale.
Precisely. Don't get discouraged by the numbers. Focus on creating content that you're proud of, content that aligns with your purpose and your values.
Okay.
And remember, consistency is key.
Right.
The more high-quality content you create, the more likely you are to attract and retain viewers.
Gotcha.
It's a marathon, not a sprint. Keep showing up. Keep refining your craft. And keep sharing your unique gifts with the world.
You know, one thing that I think a lot of spirituality coaches struggle with is the technical side of video creation.
Okay.
We have all this amazing content to share, but sometimes it feels like we're lacking the skills to really bring it to life visually.
I've heard that from a lot of coaches. They're passionate about their work, but they don't necessarily have the time or resources to learn all the ins and outs of video editing and production.
Exactly. And that's where a service like Brand MyTube can be a game changer.
Absolutely. They have a team of experienced video editors who can take your raw footage and turn it into something truly special.
Wow.
They can help you with everything from color correction and sound mixing to adding graphics and animations.
So we can focus on what we do best,
Right.
connecting with people and sharing our message, while Brand MyTube handles the technical side of things.
Exactly. It's like having a spiritual marketing team in your corner guiding you through the intricacies of the YouTube landscape.
And freeing up our time and energy to focus on what really matters, helping people on their spiritual journeys.
It's about creating a synergy between your passion, your message, and the technical expertise of a service like Brand MyTube.
I love that it's like a collaboration, a partnership.
Yeah.
We bring the heart and soul, and they bring the technical know-how to make it all come together.
And when you have that kind of synergy, you can create something truly powerful, something that can reach and inspire people all over the world.
This has been incredibly insightful. I feel like we're finally starting to see the YouTube algorithm not as a mysterious black box, but as a complex system we can actually work with.
And that's the key takeaway here, is that algorithm isn't your enemy. It's a tool that you can leverage to connect with your ideal audience and share your message with the world.
Yeah, it feels like a huge weight has been lifted for a long time. I think a lot of us in the spiritual community have been hesitant to embrace the whole marketing aspect of things.
Right.
It felt inauthentic somehow.
I understand that there's definitely a perception that spirituality and marketing are at odds with each other.
Yeah.
But I think it's more about finding the right approach, and an approach that feels aligned with your values and your message.
Right. It's not about manipulating people or using shady tactics. It's about sharing your gifts authentically and using the tools available to reach the people who need to hear what you have to say.
Exactly. And when you approach it from that perspective, it doesn't feel so daunting or inauthentic. It becomes an extension of your mission, a way to amplify your message and connect with a wider audience.
This has been a deep dive in every sense of the word, but I feel like we've only scratched the surface of this fascinating topic.
There's always more to learn, more to explore, and as the YouTube algorithm continues to evolve, so too will our understanding of how to best leverage it.
So as we wrap up, what's the one thing you want our listeners to take away from this conversation? What's the most important piece of advice you can offer?
I think it's this: don't be afraid to experiment, try new things, see what resonates with your audience. Don't get too caught up in trying to crack the code or follow some rigid formula.
It's more about being adaptable and responsive.
Right, exactly.
Paying attention to what's working and what's not, and being willing to adjust our approach along the way.
Yeah, and remember, there's a whole community of creators out there who are going through the same challenges and celebrating the same victories.
Right.
Don't be afraid to reach out and connect with others.
Collaboration over competition.
Absolutely. We're all in this together. And who knows, maybe by collaborating and supporting each other, we can even find ways to outsmart the algorithm and create a more equitable and fulfilling YouTube experience for everyone.
Now, that's a thought-provoking idea. But before we get too carried away with revolutionary plans, let's bring it back to the individual creator, you, the spiritual coach, with a message to share and a desire to connect with your audience.
You have the passion, the knowledge, and the tools to make a real impact on YouTube. Don't be afraid to step into your power and let your light shine.
And remember, the algorithm is just one piece of the puzzle. The most important ingredient is your authenticity, your heart, your commitment to serving others. That's what will ultimately make you stand out from the crowd and build a thriving community on YouTube.
And as we wrap up this deep dive into the YouTube algorithm, I want to leave you with one final thought.
Okay, lay it on us.
Think about this. You've gained all these insights about the algorithm, about your target audience, about optimizing your content. But here's the real question.
Hit me with it.
How can you, as a spiritual coach, leverage these insights to make your videos irresistible to both the algorithm and your target audience?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like finding that sweet spot where your passion, your message, and the algorithm all align.
It's about creating content that's not only engaging and informative, but also deeply resonant with the people who need to hear it most.
So it's not just about strategy, it's about heart. It's about creating something that genuinely moves people, something that makes a difference in their lives.
Exactly. And when you can do that, the algorithm becomes your ally, helping you connect with those souls who are searching for what you have to offer.
It's like a cosmic dance, isn't it? Aligning our energy with the rhythm of the algorithm and trusting that the right people will find their way to us.
Trust in the process, trust in yourself, and trust in the power of your message to make a difference in the world.
And that, my friends, is a wrap on another deep dive. Until next time, keep seeking, keep growing, and keep shining your light brightly.
And remember, the journey is just as important as the destination.